Welcome back to another episode on Rotten Block. You like the new hat? I think Jane's doing a pretty good job with these things. So last episode we spent a lot of time designing this guy. Yeah, this thing's looking pretty cool. So this, if you missed last episode, this is a little train I designed for the portal here. And this is based on the train from Back to the Future Part 3. And I still need to get Doc Brown and Marty somewhere in there. I think Doc's gonna be in there, maybe Marty on the outside on his hoverboard or something. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, so today we got a lot of little things we got to do. Mostly back over at the dye farms. Yeah, I think I did a little voting thing over there. We had our debate, and I've already put my vote in, and I think I got a little bit of a clip I can show. So Nat, this question is directed towards you. So yesterday I was wandering around your park and I found a sandwich and it didn't have any mayonnaise on it. How is this something you're going to prevent in the future?
Such a great question. Next time I make a sandwich, I'm gonna be putting mayonnaise on it. That's how I'm gonna solve the problem.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
How are you?
would just like everyone to know that Natalie eats sandwiches that is only bread and pepperoni and nothing else. Thank you.
And I'd like it to be known that it's delicious.
I would like it to be known that that is sacrilegious and blasphemy.
And I would like it to be known that that's just someone's opinion.
I like a wet.
Yeah.
I like a wet drippy sandwich.
No
Yeah,
one asked you.
only if it's an
You do, yeah.
enjoyable witness. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you
Needs to
going
be
to
an
prevent this, Renee?
enjoyable witness. Well, I think that I would also recommend that people who put mayonnaise on the sandwiches, it makes them more delicious. I would just recommend having like not trying to instinct do any specific like kind of dietary plan, but if it's I I don't even know what to say about this. Even though I personally think that mayonnaise should be on a sandwich, it's not that everybody like it, and some people may even have allergies that prevents them from eating it. So, um, I'd just say that maybe you have make sure that the area would be cleaned up so you wouldn't have to find a sandwich without mayonnaise on it.
Yeah, but if I find a sandwich in the park, will you guarantee that it has mayonnaise on it?
I will do the best of my ability to make sure there's mayonnaise in it. And if I ever stumble upon a sandwich in the park that doesn't have any mayonnaise in it, then I will make sure to go and personally fill it with mayonnaise.
So I should bring my complaints to you?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
We will make sure that if I get elected, that there is an, a place where people can um, state their concerns or wants or anything like that.
But yeah, I think Renee's stance on mayonnaise really hit home. I think it just makes sense, makes the most sense to me. Ooh, I tried to zoom in. Yeah, Renee guaranteed that every sandwich in the park is gonna have mayonnaise, and yeah, I think that's really important to me. But before we get to all the productive stuff today, I have a plan. I want to do a prank. I've been wanting to prank people for a while now. I just haven't really had an idea. And then I realized we have armor stands, right? And we can do stuff, right? We can do stuff with the armor stands. We can even make them, we can make the name go invisible and stuff, right? That's pretty cool. The thing is, we can name these armor stands whatever. And yeah, and here, oh, look at that. If I turn that on, turn the name on, there you go. You can see. That looks exactly like my name. I think I have to go into FreeCam. Yeah. Like, those are identical. Right? So my idea is to animate these armor stands using some redstone. And I want to see if I can actually prove it to work. So if I put in a signal of 1, it should display? Or hide it? Oh, yeah, displayed. Alright, so displayed if I put in 2. No. It's just not going to work. Okay, so we had a setting that was turning the names on automatically, and I think that's why this wasn't working. So let's redo this. So I think when it goes 1. Oh, come on. Can you not animate names? Yeah. Can't display the name with this data pack. Okay, that's probably why. That's a little disappointing. Well, I guess we're not pranking anyone. Well, I'm sad. Alright, so our prank failed. And yeah, that's kind of disappointing. What I wanted to do was if I can go into free cam, then I control my player. You can see my nameplate, it goes gray when I sneak. And I was going to try to mimic that behavior using armor stands. And I was going to hide a bunch of armor stands, like animated armor stands underground around spawn, make people think I was just hiding. And I was going to set up like, I don't know, some sort of like clock or something to just go between the two animations. And well, it failed. So I guess we'll have to think of something for later. And so yeah, we're back over here at the dice. You can see Renee, he's got the glass farm all set up. Been producing quite a bit. We at some point had 21 shulker boxes. I think he loaded up a bunch into the factory he just built. I have a sniffer farm back here to farm up some of the like torch flower seeds and pitcher pods. Yeah, we're doing pretty good there. We'll have to empty that at some point. But I actually built the farm so we could put together some sniffer eggs. So I actually need to put or grab these materials because I need them. But yeah, so Renee and I have been pretty busy over here. He built a sea pickle farm here. I doubled this, so now we're producing a lot more bone meal. Renee told me he needs a lot of materials, like a lot of raw materials for this thing over here. This is the factory for like crafting all the different colored blocks. You can see we're going to be doing terracotta, concrete, and glass. I think that's all we have to actually produce over there. Otherwise, we have the wool farm over there. I have been sitting over here at the clay farm for a while. I even built a little station here to craft up a bunch of coarse dirt. That way I don't have to do it by hand. And I'm sure Renee pulled out... Oh yeah, he did. Pulled out quite a bit of clay. And up there is the concrete farm that I designed. I haven't shown it yet. Once we get some concrete powder, I'll craft it up over there. I'll do a little demonstration over here because I think it'll be easier to show how that works with some concrete powder. But we need to build a sand farm. So rather than just moving all the sniffers I have over at my base, I just have a bunch of eggs that I'm going to use. So we're getting ready to test the factory, and Renee, I think he's over there doing a little clip. I think once he's done, well, we're gonna test it. But over here, we got the sand farm kind of working. I'm just kind of waiting to do the second layer because, it's a little laggy over here, and I'm not sure if I want to get it any more laggy, but it looks like it's doing just about the same as my other farm with the rails. It's not any less effective, so my only worry was the delay. He has to like squeeze his way through all the different sniffers and stuff. But yeah, it's working. So I think if Renee's okay with it, we'll get the second layer going.
I see you sneaking around down there. Oh.
Are you done with dinner?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I'll pause my
It's
recording.
getting ready.
All right. So we've got a list. Count's got an order, and we gotta make some stuff. So
We gotta fill it. Yeah. I think before we do all of that, I think because again it fills up a shulker box at a time, I think I want to do a test of one shulker box to see if it gets put up and everything works. Beforehand, let me show you how this monstrosity works. Okay. So you can see the lights up here. They indicate what dice we have in stock. These lights up here with the terracotta, gravel, sand, and glass, they also indicate if we are running low on any of those materials. If we're running low on any of them, they will start blinking.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, we have the inputs. Over to the left, we have shulker inputs. Just put a shulker box in there. And to the right, we have item input. And then everything will get sorted, and everything that doesn't get sorted will go into this barrel over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And all of the empty shulker boxes are going in here. This here is the main thing. So this node block to the left is used to indicate which side of the bells we're on. And then we have the droppers down here, which are used to indicate how many stacks of the item you want.
Mm-hmm.
And over here, we can choose between terracotta, glass, and concrete. And it's just pushing the button. Is there any material that we think we're going to need a lot of that we can do with the one shulker box to begin with?
I feel like glass.
Don't you use a lot of... But which kind of glass?
What do people like? What do you like? What do you like a lot of?
Is that even a question?
I mean, I know you like pink, but do you like a lot of pink windows?
Yeah, I think for I know I've used a lot of green and lime for the Snot River. But I think like white and the light gray are probably the most useful ones. Brown is also a good one to
What do you need a lot of for the factory?
Oh, I need a lot of every single color. Okay, so let's just go with let's go with blue. Why not? Blue glass.
Okay.
And I am so nervous. I don't want to hit it.
Just smack it.
Okay, and I'll go and check if everything works. Nope.
What?
Oh, I'm missing a comparator. Okay. Oh. And now let's try for real this time.
Did it take the items out of the dropper?
Oh, I didn't put them in yet. That's why.
Okay. Cool.
Shall I go green concrete powder?
All right. Cool. I'll take that.
Oh, I'm so happy that it works.
All right, so we got a little demonstration from Renee, and I think, yeah, he's left me a couple shulker boxes, some concrete powder, and we're gonna go over the farm here. It's a little laggy over here with the sand farm over there. As long as we're looking this way, we're okay. But I set up some storage. You can see we have a column for each color, and we're gonna actually, I need to clean the farm out of all this clay. Renee had to get some clay balls, and I told him this farm should work for any block. And I actually have some more concrete powder in here. So that's pretty cool. We gotta clean this out first, though. Okay. So everything should be kind of going around now. So if we just stand here. Cool. That's a good test. I had to do a little something weird here. Water's coming off of some trapdoors. That way I could get this water stream going in. Now, the way I had to fit the ice in, it just wasn't great. So I had to do something weird here. But now we should be able to test this thing. And let's grab a shulker box. Yeah, green. Let's do green. Oh, there's still some clay. I think we're good. As long as I don't see any more clay. Yeah, I think we're good. All right. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to place the shulker box here, and it's going to spit out one item. Oop. All right. So now it's going to start filling in the dropper with all the concrete powder. And at first, so I'm going to like sit here, place all the concrete powder. It's going to turn into concrete, and everything's going to get split into two lines of concrete. So when this shulker box empties, it's going to get broken and put into this chest here, but it's not going to restock the shulker until the dropper is completely full. That way we aren't getting any extra concrete, mixing all the colors, and that could lead to like my inventory getting messy and stuff. We have to use actually I was going to change something here. We have to use the periodic use. So let's go down to Tweakeroo, over here, generic, periodic use interval. So when Renee was using this farm, I told him to set this to 10 ticks. but the farm ended up breaking just a little bit. I think it's because of all the lag in the area. We might be able, if we look this way, we might be able to avoid some of that issue. So every time I place concrete powder, it's going to power this little bit of redstone, and that's going to power the dropper here. And so it keeps up pretty well. So I think we're ready to test this. I'll just watch it so it doesn't break. I might do this too, just in case. Alright, I think we're ready. Shulker box is in. We have some extras in here. That way, you know, it takes about 14 minutes. It might take a little bit longer now that I've changed the interval between uses. So, alright, we're gonna do that. Alright, cool. Slow enough that we can see what's happening. So you can see things are getting split. They get pulled into 2 rows like this, and then they get pushed down. Yeah, and then the TNT, you know, it's just falling. It's based on the clock up here. And I think we're good. We're still going. Yeah, theoretically, I can get this to go, I think, 7 ticks. We're just being kind of safe here. Let's go back down to 10. Because 10 ticks is half a second, so we should be able to place blocks like every half a second. Yeah. So yeah, just gonna let it run for a bit. Make sure that everything is working and doesn't break. Alright, so I want to demonstrate the farm here in Flashback. So in a moment, the shulker box is going to get broken, and it's not going to get replaced. It's just going to continue spitting items out of the dropper until it's empty, and then it'll place a new shulker box. So we are going to watch it break. And now, okay. So yeah, you can see it didn't place a new one, and it continues spitting items out. And if we go about 8 minutes down the line here, in a moment, it's going to place a new shulker box, and there's going to be a bit of a pause right here before it spits out a new item. That's pretty cool. Another little mechanism is the splitter. So this is a little weird, and I spent quite a bit of time actually designing this, because I had added more than was necessary. I had like target blocks and stuff, and I realized I could simplify it quite a bit. So if I hit play, we can watch it go back and forth. So there's 2 redstone blocks, and they're, you know, inverted, right? So the redstone dust that's here is powering both the torch and the piston, and the torch here is actually quasi-connected to the piston that's here, and so it's this torch is powering the air block that's above this piston. So I don't technically need the smooth stone that's here. I could remove it, but I just have it here to protect me. You know, it's a wall. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So right now the farm is running at 10 ticks if we go to normal speed. Yeah, so this is 10 ticks, so I'm placing a block every 10 ticks, which is half a second, and I think I can get it down to, what, 7 ticks? So if I could do that, that would mean I could place a shulker box worth of content every 10 minutes. So that'd be 6 shulker boxes of concrete every hour, which would be awesome. That's over 10,000 items per hour. So it doesn't really look like it, but yeah, I guess it would spit or produce that much time. Hello.
Hello.
I've been running this for a bit.
Oh, this is new.
Mhm.
Oh, so this sorts the different colors of concrete?
Yeah, I figured this would be better than like a shulker box loader. Just because it does end up destroying a little bit of concrete, and like if you look at the green, you can see it's like 26 and a half stacks.
Missing 1.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to fill up a shulker box, but it's working.
I have a question. How much andesite do you have? I haven't checked my own place yet.
Oh, I just gave a bunch to like Ray, so I don't have much.
Okay. Because I just checked the schematic and I need like 14 stacks.
I might have that. Maybe. Well, I had to take the sniffers to a farm somewhere over the mountain that way. Yeah, a little bit too much lag in the area, and the concrete farm wasn't working, and yeah. So we're gonna do something different with the sand farm. I think we're gonna try to get all the sniffers into the nether and just use a chunk loader, and that should reduce a lot of the lag. So yeah, we got an idea for something else. But I've run the concrete farm for a little while now, and you can see Renee's got the factory all built, and he's got some cool, colorful smoke coming out of the factory there. And I think, yeah, we have every color now, and that's pretty cool. And so what I thought was loss wasn't actually loss. I didn't account for um, the filters. I only put 8 items into each filter, and yeah, so we're still working on pink. But yeah, so there's only like a couple blocks of loss. I know Renee took a little bit of concrete out of here. But yeah. So yeah, we basically focus on the concrete farm here, and that's pretty cool. I think I really like this farm. I came up with some pretty cool stuff designing it. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Bye bye. See ya. Yeah.